Hello and welcome back to the Kind of Athletic Podcast. This is episode 16. My name's Kellen.
Nah, I'm Sam.
We took a week off last week. Sam was doing like a walk in the forest or something kind of weird.
Backpacking, but
No,
you can call it a walk if you want to.
PCT, Pacific Crest
I'm just
Trail.
cooler than you. It's hard.
It's
hard
like
to be me.
It's
I
like
guess.
a 2-minute walk. It's not even that bad.
Yeah, it's only like 3,000 miles or something like that.
Yeah, but you only did 50 of it. So
Yeah.
who's the real winner? Not you.
I guess not. We'll see.
I was doing boat races and my mom's birthday and a bunch of other family stuff. So we decided to take last week off. I think just to kind of rejuvenate.
Felt good
just
to be
kind of,
honest with you guys.
I mean, I know it's a joke, kind of being like, "Oh, it's only 15 episodes," but it's been a lot.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it's definitely been really new for both of us to try to kind of schedule everything, figure life out and stuff. And then out of nowhere, this last week, maybe we'll throw up like a clip of it or something. We had a reel that's just kind of gone crazy for us. It's at like 30,000 views. It has like almost 1,000 likes. And first off, like, thank you guys for kind of looking out for us. It's been kind of crazy for us. I keep opening up Instagram every like couple hours and 100 likes. And I'm like, what in the world? So that's kind of cool. Kind of fun to see that. I actually had one of my coworkers today walk up to me and goes, guess what I saw on my
That's super
like my
cool.
my For You page or whatever they call it in, or my search or whatever in Instagram. I was like, my face? And they're like, yeah. And I was like,
good.
Weird. So anyway, quite a bit's kind of happened.
Yeah.
There's the NFL kind of got going. Like we kind of missed the first opening week, I guess. We missed the Hall of Fame game or whatever, but a couple big kind of notes in there, so we'll talk about that. The Olympics obviously are still going very strong. There is some things that we're not going to talk about, but we're going to talk about mainly like the gold count and just kind of what's going on with the USA. And then we'll get back to what our roots are, and we'll talk about baseball.
Sounds good.
And then, of course, we'll go over our Christian athlete, which is mine today, and then we'll go over our verse.
Heck yeah.
Which is funny because now I'm looking at mine. I don't have my book or I have the numbers, but I don't have the book.
Well, we will find it.
Yeah, we're going to find it. So anyway, we'll go over the Olympics first because I think that's kind of like the most. It'll be kind of quick, but it's also really relevant at this moment. We'll go over the basketball teams because we've been following them. They don't play. I know the girls play tomorrow. The girls play on the 7th, so Wednesday. Guys play tomorrow, the Tuesday. They're both in the quarterfinals. Not shocking. They should
be there.
The boys play Brazil. I don't know anyone on Brazil that I don't know, so I'm gonna do a quick roster check, see if I know anyone. Cristino Felicio sounds familiar. I think he was in the NBA at one point in time. Huertes sounds really familiar. He might have been. Oh, Raul Neto was in the NBA too. I know that.
I remember
name.
Neto.
So there's a couple of guys.
Nothing crazy.
I don't think they should.
We should win.
Yeah, you're saying that. So they play then. The girls play. It just disappeared on here, of course, because why wouldn't it stay where I wanted it to stay? They said they played on the 7th. They play. Who was it? Nigeria. Now again, no idea. I know Germany kind of gave them a little bit of fits. It just disappeared again because why wouldn't? Oh no, it didn't. Right there. It's not going to give me the roster, so that's awesome. Thanks.
Well, it seems like for the most part, the WNBA is the best league.
By far.
For the women's league. So, I mean, I feel like, and obviously that's mostly predominantly American just because of how smaller it is. So.
Yeah, when I think like you look at like the NBA, and the NBA is changing, massively. I mean, obviously, like arguably your probably 4 best players in the league being Luka, and not in particular order.
Yeah.
Luka, Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's Canadian, and Giannis, and even Joel Embiid, who's not technically American. He is, but he's from the Congo, I think is where he
could be right.
I think is where he's originally from. So he's not but he is American.
Yeah.
But there is a global presence to where you see these teams like Spain and France. You know, they have Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. Who's going to be
and
a superstar.
And the guy that was just drafted, I think it was Alex Sarr.
Yeah, I think France had 2 or 3 in the top 10.
Yeah.
So there is a globalness to the
sure.
NBA. The WNBA, I think, is just a little bit behind.
It's getting there.
It's closing very quick. Women's basketball is growing extremely fast. So we'll see that. I know the 3-on-3 happened, and I believe both U.S. teams did really bad, is what I remember. I think one of my brother-in-laws or something was telling me that they did really bad, but I don't really know. I don't know if they're out. Major reason why we'll never dominate the 3-on-3 as expected. So there you go. So they're both out, I believe. Was not great, and they had dude Jimmer Fredette was on the team, and we didn't watch. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? That's lit. And then like I know Cameron Brink and Haley Van Lith were big names on the women's team, and I think there's such a difference, and I always say this with like a lot of sports. There's like the Brazilian street ball soccer is
yeah.
so much different than going to Europe, and like they dominate because they play a totally different style of game. I feel like 3-on-3 is a totally different. It's like you're getting these NBA players or something. It's a different game, and that's just my opinion on it. I mean, it's like, you know, playing 5-on. It's just you have a bigger court. There's more space. You're moving more. It's like indoor soccer to outdoor soccer. It's just a quicker game. It's harder to play.
For sure.
I think it's totally different. Obviously, you have like the big name Simone Biles. I know she took silver, I think, this morning on the floor, which I don't think was shocking because I know one of my sisters, oldest one, super, like she'll watch it all. There was a Brazilian girl who I believe won it, and it was her first one, and they were like not shocked. Like she was really good. She should be getting a gold somewhere. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Did you see the picture with her and Shaq?
Simone Biles?
So she's
No,
like
but I can
5
imagine.
foot, I believe.
Maybe.
Shaq's not 7 foot, but close.
He's 7'1". I think
Okay,
he's just
so
over
then
7 foot.
you see that, and then there's another one. Simone Biles jumped like 12 feet in the Olympics.
Oh,
So you
wow.
see her, Shaq, and then the 12-foot mark. It's insane.
That's
So,
really weird.
kind of cool.
You should throw it up there. That's
I-
crazy.
yeah,
I
it was
did
cool to
not know
see.
that.
I was like, I could never.
Yeah, no
There's
way.
literally no chance.
No shot. Well,
I'm
she,
at,
would
like,
she
the
do that on the
2 foot
she
mark.
do that on the floor or something? I'm guessing. Yeah, she's got a little spring to her. She won 3 golds, I believe. I know the all-around team won gold. I mean, women's gymnastics for the U.S. has
Pretty dang good.
been about as dominant for the past probably 2 or 3 Olympics as any sport. I know that like swimming, Katie Ledecky, she broke a record in the 800-mile freestyle, and they said something along the lines that she is the first person to win 4 golds in the same event, I believe, since Phelps.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty good company to be in. This is her 4th, and I would guess her last Olympics. I'd be pretty shocked she did it again. She also got back-to-back gold medals in the 800 and the 1500.
Okay.
So, and she won by like a gajillion. I don't know here's the time. She won. Oh, maybe it wasn't as close as I thought. I thought it was closer. There was one of them where I remember seeing it. She finishes and you can't even see the next person on the screen.
Oh, jeez.
But this one she won by a second. But someone said I believe it was a world record. Her 4th, 800-mile free in a row, which I believe is the record, and I think only Michael Phelps has been able to do that. So swimmers go crazy.
Yeah. Actually, the only part that this past week I was gone, but the one part that I did watch the Olympics was swimming.
Yeah.
And
Swimming and track seem to be like always the
I
ones
never
you
really
watch.
grew up watching it, but I was like, oh my
it's pretty
gosh,
fun.
like,
It's
these
pretty
guys
good.
are crazy.
Well, it's fun because it's not like a long the 800 is 8 minutes. That is the like that, and that's the second longest.
Dude, that is so intense though.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine. Like, I'm not a great swimmer, but like they're
that's
so in
that's
shape.
a minute going down and back.
Dude, I
like,
could
that's
never.
insane.
I was like, this is insane.
So it says she's so only swimmers in the Summer Olympics in history to win 4 gold medals in a single event. She's also now, with her gold medal on Saturday, the most gold medals by any female American.
That's pretty cool.
Olympian. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. She's obviously a superstar. This is her 4th one, so I don't know her age, but being her 4th one, I can only imagine she's probably pushing
like 40 close.
No, I would say more like 30 because she started really young.
Let's see.
Let's
find out.
She can't be that old, but she's definitely pushing her age to.
She's 27. 27?
Yeah, I told you. So
That's
12,
insane.
So 12 years ago, how old was she when she first started?
If it was 12 years ago, she was 15.
Well, I think that's when she started. This is her 4th.
That's
this
wild.
is her 4th Olympics. So that would be 12 years, wouldn't it? Am I doing math terribly?
Yeah, because it'd be 4, 8.
Yeah, 12. It's 12 years
16,
ago.
actually.
So she would have been. I think she was 16 when she first.
Still,
did it.
what,
But yeah,
who cares? That's
she's
insane.
She's insane. So
Yeah.
some people have said she's done, but she'll only be 31, so she might be able to go back and do a
she
couple.
might be able to go back.
She might be able to do a couple more. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, she's known to do the long distance ones, which makes it really tricky for her. Sam's obviously showing off our new setup that we just kind of got, so we're pretty excited about
messing
that as
around
well.
with it.
Trying to kind of figure it all out.
It's been fun though.
Swimming. I know you had someone with swimming.
Yeah, so I was going to talk about his name was Caleb Dressel. So he won in 2020, I believe.
Tokyo.
I think he won
Tokyo.
3 events gold and then set a world record. And then when I was watching, he didn't even qualify, which was kind of weird because he actually spent 9 months out of swimming. He kind of went through this thing where he just wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do anymore.
Sure.
There was a whole video on it when I was watching the Olympics. It was kind of cool because he came back and obviously he's back in it. But then for some reason, I don't know where I missed this, he has 2 gold and a silver.
Okay.
So I don't.
Could be like the medleys and stuff.
Yeah,
or
so
could
I
be
don't
like
know.
the 4x100s or whatever.
Like I don't know where I missed that, but he's still doing stuff. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
cool. I mean, it was just cool to see him kind of not cool to see him not do well, but go into that area where he's like trying to figure his life out, and then comes back to swimming because it is hard. And I mean, if you're performing at that high of a level, you have to dedicate your entire life.
That's so hard.
So, which from an outside looking in, you're like, oh, he's a professional athlete. Like, how cool? But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's a crap ton of work. So, and it can be very stressful, especially when you're held to such a high standard. But,
yeah, for sure. And and especially when I think you have the history of Michael Phelps that like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
U.S. swimming has such a and I men's too, but now like Kayla Decky, I think has set they're setting a precedent to at least U.S. swimming that's like this is the level, and if you're not breaking records, you're not good enough, which is tough for the next generation because that's not fair. I mean, if you go win gold, you win gold. It doesn't if you're 2 seconds behind the world record or you break it, you still win it. The other big one, obviously, Noah Lyles. Massive for the 100-meter. He's the first American since what was his name? My dad just said it from years ago to win the 100.
The only sprinter I can think is Jesse Owens, but that's
no, it wasn't Jesse Owens. It was golly darn it. My dad just said it. Let's see if I can find it. But he won it by 5/1000ths of a second, which is like you watch it and you just go, what?
Who won?
Yeah, I was watching. I didn't think he won, to be completely honest. I thought he did not win it. Let's see if I can. I'm still trying to find this because I know who it is, and you'll know the name once it pops up. But maybe it is from Jesse Owens. Nope, Jesse Owens.
I was like, Jesse Owens. I mean, obviously he was good. But
he's another big name. He's not quite like the Jesse Owens with having that impact, but he definitely was one of the best U.S. sprinters ever. But anyway, he did that, and then
Florence Griffin?
Nope.
Joyner?
Nope. You'll know.
Rudolph?
Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis is his name.
Sure.
Carl Lewis? Oh, Carl Lewis was that's crazy. Carl Lewis was a superstar. He was a very, very good runner. He's obviously, so the crazy thing about Noah Lyles as well is he's obviously his main race is the 200. Mm-hmm. He has not lost it since the final, I think, in Tokyo. I don't think he won.
Dang.
I think he got third or second, but now he's not lost it. So he's like on fire. He had his opening heat, it says, at the 200 at 20 seconds. 200 meters in 20 seconds.
I mean, I can do it in like 10.
That's like half the if you could do it in 10, you'd be literally fast as like Dash from The Incredibles.
They just don't want to see me. It's okay.
No one.
I have beef with every professional league.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't know what to say to that. And then he's also, I know he's excited because I believe he's in the 4x100 relay, and he's just like, that's just fun. Like, I get to run with some friends, and hopefully we can do well. The other big one that I just saw pop up on here, Novak Djokovic finally won gold at 37, his first one. And I remember, really cool one, he broke down. Like, he was in mad tears, and he was just like, he basically just kind of was like, I'm so proud for my country. I believe he's Serbian. So excited for that. And then the coolest thing is he does the cross, looks up to God, and just like thank you. And then when he's doing his interview, he pulls a cross out.
Oh, that's cool.
And make sure it's very visible. Very strong Christian man. He obviously has had a lot of ups and downs in his career. I know he had the big COVID issue with going to Australia, which was a massive thing, and traveling. So for him to win his first is crazy because he's like the best tennis player ever, maybe. Obviously like Nadal, Federer, him. Yeah, you have some older names too, but he's definitely in that conversation. So see him win one was pretty cool. I was pretty happy for that. And then the medal count, obviously, I believe this is as of right now. The USA has 78
Let's go.
altogether. China has 53. France has 46. I think that's cool. France, home country. I think that's kind of fun. We are behind in golds to China by 1.
Okay.
We have 30 silvers to their 18 and 28 bronze to their 14. So I think we'll get the medal count. It's just whether or not we can snag the golds or not. Yeah. It's always us and China, it seems like, back and forth. But a couple other fun things with it. Like I know North Korea was doing it. They were competing, which is cool. And there's some other, like I went down through the list and I was like, there's some countries that have gotten some golds that is really, really cool.
Out of nowhere.
Like so you have like Georgia, Kazakhstan, Chinese Taipei, Uzbekistan has a gold. The Philippines have 2. Azerbaijan has 2. Guatemala has 1. Kenya got 1. Czech Republic got 1. Uganda, St. Lucia, which is crazy. I don't even know if I don't remember butcher this. Dominica. I didn't know it was a country. If that's how you say it, I'm sorry. It's
Is
a
it
green
Dominica?
flag. Dominica, is that what it is?
I can't read it. But that's
I'm
my
gonna guess it is Dominica. I don't know. But there's just like a bunch of them that have just kind of random countries that have gotten them. Like obviously there's like your Argentinas, Chile's, Norway's. Like I feel like those are not uncommon. But there's a couple cool, like Azerbaijan, or what? 2 of them. Serbia's got 2. So I think that always makes it kind of fun is that when you see like Hong Kong has 2. That's wild. Would never guess that. Israel has 1. Ireland has 3. Ireland killed it in I think it was swimming. And I was like, when did this guy learn how to swim?
Yeah.
So anyway, Olympics have been going on. I've been trying to watch a little bit of it. It's hard for some of us because you get the updates and then you get home from work and it's like, I really don't want to watch this. I already know what happens. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. And that's kind of with the Olympics.
I would say if you guys ever have the chance, watch Race. That's the documentary about Jesse Owens. It's on Netflix.
It's a good
pretty
one.
cool.
There's also what's the Unbroken? Have you ever seen that one with the guy who I believe it's World War II. He's a bomber, crashes, pilot. He's an Olympian runner, or he was training to be one, gets kidnapped, and then basically this Japanese general just tortures the daylights out of him, and then the general gets transferred, and then they end up getting back to the same prison somehow, and it's just this like crazy true story, but it's really impressive, and it's very similar to that. That's a good one too. But Jesse Owens obviously probably the biggest name in Olympic history in the US at least. So
thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.